sure you click the link to see if you can make $100, $200, or even
There's 600,000 houses across the country right now that are underwater or behind on their payments. What I'm doing is I'm going around the country teaching people how to find these types of deals and either A, get paid a finder's fee for bringing them to investors like me, or B, find out how to become an investor like me, own these properties, put them in their portfolio, and put cash flow in their pocket every single month. My name is Pace Morby, and I trained an entire community of people across the country how to find these deals, operate these deals, and make cash flow so they can quit their job and get financial freedom. If you want to see a case study on how I'm doing that, click on the link down below.
Slow, good, slow. She got it.
Table scraps for dogs, good or bad? Table scraps can be healthy for dogs, but here's 3 dangers you need to avoid. Dinner danger number 1, hidden toxins. Some foods are really healthy for humans, but actually toxic to your dog. For instance, a little bite of hamburger that's just ground beef, fine for dogs, right? Maybe not. If the meat contains onions, or if a sauce contains garlic, including leeks and chives. This whole family is toxic to dogs. Dinner danger number 2, hidden calories. Here is an ounce of cheese, but for a 20-pound dog, this is the equivalent of eating 1.5 cheeseburgers. It has enough calories to be a whole meal for a small dog. Dinner danger number 3, skipping superfoods. These foods can help dogs with joint issues, have better mobility, itchy skin, soothe digestive issues, better breath, better vision for older dogs, and almost anything you can think of. There are specific vegetables, herbs, and even spices that can help your dog. And you probably have most of these in your kitchen right now. Let's talk about exactly what foods can help your dog get healthier at home. Why do dogs lick their paws or eat grass? Why do dogs get itchy skin? Why do dogs get mushy poops and achy joints? Most importantly, why do so many dogs die before their time? There's a lot of reasons, but in my experience, almost every aspect of a dog's health can be influenced by 2 things: adding the right foods to their diet and avoiding the wrong ones. My name's Katherine Heigl. You may know me from TV shows like Firefly Lane or Grey's Anatomy or movies like 27 Dresses, but what you might not know is the thing I'm most passionate about is dogs. And this video is my complete guide to canine superfoods that can help virtually any dog improve their mobility, their odors, their poops, their skin, their breath, their dental health, and just look and feel years younger. And you can do all of this at home in your own kitchen. My mom, Nancy, and I started the Jason Debus Heigl Foundation 12 years ago. And since then, we've helped place over 16,000 dogs into loving homes. But after working with so many dogs for so many years, I have to say, we're seeing more health issues these days than ever before. For some breeds like Golden Retrievers, they've seen their lifespan cut from up to 17 years in the 1970s to as low as 10 years today. What happened? After consulting with some of the world's top veterinarians and animal health experts, I feel we can look at one thing in particular: food. The problem is most dog foods, even premium foods, contain really gross stuff. Like if it says meat byproducts in the ingredients, that might not even be meat. That's code for basically carcasses, beaks, feathers, not good stuff. Another problem is the way some companies cook dog food. Kibble and canned foods are often cooked at really high temperatures, and when that happens, you get these things called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. AGEs can be terrible for health. These nasty little guys can cause inflammation, which can lead to flatulence, discomfort in their joints, especially in older dogs, allergies, mushy poop that's hard to pick up, itching, and paw chewing. But worst of all, AGEs are a carcinogen. And the crazy thing is, these dog food companies don't even have to list AGEs on the label because it's not technically an ingredient. AGEs can form from high heat cooking. So what's the solution? How do you feed your dog something you know isn't just safe, but can actually make them look and feel and act younger? Well, you want 3 things: super healthy ingredients, cooked with very low heat, from a source you trust. The problem is, I couldn't find any dog food that actually met these 3 things. So I decided to do something about it. I put together an amazing team of people who are experts in pet nutrition, and we created Superfood Complete. Superfood Complete is the perfect food for any dog you want to look, feel, and act healthier than they have in years. And it contains not just 5 or 6 or 7, but a whopping 33 of the healthiest proteins, vegetables, superfoods, adaptogens, omegas, and prebiotics on the planet. And it's air dried. That means cooked low and slow, no high heat. This is the way to help keep our dogs healthy. Let me tell you, over the years, I've had so many dogs, but I have never seen my dogs wolf down a food like this. All 6 of them just devoured it. One person told me, "Katherine, she's like a brand new dog." I start with premium protein-packed beef to help give dogs a strong, healthy body. In addition to beef, we also include nutrient-packed beef liver and beef heart. When your dog eats liver, it's actually good for their liver. When they eat beef heart, it helps support their heart health. I don't have to tell you that organ health is a major factor in your dog's longevity. So getting these cuts into this recipe was a must for me. There's salmon, which is great for supporting your dog's heart, blood pressure, cholesterol, and can help them keep a healthy weight. Plus, this has superfoods you won't find in almost any other dog food, like flaxseed, which can help support your dog's achy joints, their skin, and even their gut. We've got sweet potatoes for healthy eyesight, pumpkin, which can help dogs with occasional diarrhea or constipation, chia seeds, one of the highest antioxidant foods a dog can eat. And if you want serious health benefits, we've included both turmeric and lion's mane mushrooms, 2 of the healthiest things I believe a dog can eat, period. Plus, it's loaded with practically every vitamin, mineral, and nutrient. Literally anything you can think of to support your dog's health, this food was designed to help. Okay, now let's talk about how you can give your dog Superfood Complete and see these amazing changes for yourself. First, Superfood Complete is not sold in stores. The reason is pretty simple. Retail sales are mainly big companies that sell millions of bags of dog food, and for them, it's all about quantity and not quality. Well, I'm the opposite. I told my team from the beginning Badlands Ranch is going to make the highest quality dog food, and we're not cutting any corners. The good news was, when it comes to quality, my team hit a home run. We found trusted sources of amazing beef, fantastic salmon, wholesome veggies, and tons of my favorite superfoods. The problem was the price they were quoting me, $60 a bag, which isn't bad, and actually I would have gladly paid that to know I was giving my dogs the very best nutrition. But here's the thing. We learned that by selling directly to consumers, we could not only get the price lower, we could also get 50% more food in the bag. So if you order right now, through this presentation, you can get our big 24-ounce bag of Superfood Complete for just $39.95. That's an instant savings of over $20 a bag. But that's only for people who order through this video presentation. So when this window closes, Superfood Complete is only available on our website for the regular price of $59.95. Now, I know this is still more expensive than cheaper foods like kibble, especially if you have big dogs, but I want everyone to be able to get these superfoods into their dog's diet. So there's a great way to do that, and that's using Superfood Complete as a topper for your dog's existing food. So if you've got a big dog, you can order a few bags of Superfood Complete and add it on top of your dog's current food. That way, you're at least getting all these superfoods, proteins, omegas, prebiotics, adaptogens, and other super healthy foods into their diet every day. I definitely recommend you give your dog entire Superfood Complete meals as often as possible, but using it as a topper is a big improvement on kibble or other cooked foods and can provide a dramatic improvement. By the way, we came up with even bigger discounts on larger orders. You can save up to $120 when you order our 3 or 6 bag options, which is great for stocking up so your dog never misses out on great nutrition. And if you know you're committed to your dog's health for the long haul, we also created a subscribe and save option, which means you can get Superfood Complete delivered straight to your door once a month. You'll also get your order fulfilled first, even when inventory is running low, no matter how many other people are trying to order. Plus, you get an additional 5% off every order. There's no commitment or anything, and you can cancel at any time. It's just a great way to make sure your dog never has to go back to low-quality food again. In my experience, proper nutrition is one of the most powerful tools you have to help your dog stay healthy and happy. That's why we created Superfood Complete, to help your dog be healthy so its body works right the way it's supposed to. And I am so sure you'll see these changes. Every bag of Superfood Complete comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. That means you can feed your dog every single bit, and if your dog doesn't love it, if you don't see all the same things our dogs have, the mobility, the glowing coat, great digestion, just a healthier dog, then send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Even if it's just the empty bags, that's how confident I am this is going to be a life changer for your dogs. And here's maybe the most special part of all. By supporting us, you're helping us sponsor our 501c3 charity, the Jason Debus Heigl Foundation, to fight abuse and animal cruelty across America and the world. That includes helping fund Heigl Hounds of Hope, our program to rescue abused animals from high-kill shelters. Click the Learn More link below right now, and I'm going to get you and your dog started on this incredible journey too. And when you start seeing more and more changes, I want you to email me a picture of your pup. One of my favorite things is seeing dogs' happy, smiling faces and knowing we're making a real difference in this world. Thank you so much for being such a fantastic guardian for your dog and for all dogs. You've got a big heart, and your furry friend knows how much you love them. They know their entire health depends on you, and they appreciate it. So do I. To your dog's health, I'm Katherine Heigl.
(3,000 Celsius degrees in 1 second. You can see different kinds of mines, a variety of RPGs, warhead, breaching charges over there, and as well you can see the magnetic anti-tank charge that they put on our civilian vehicles. This is an RPG-29 warhead that got with a magnetic mechanism, and they just supposed to come to the tank, and they put those on civilian vehicles all around the villages, all around our bases. All the things that you see in here approximately 20% of the munitions that the terrorists brought with them in here. Lots of the munitions were dangerous, so we just demolished them on field and didn't bring it over here. Any questions?
Any idea what proportion of this sort of weaponry they used?
How much of those weapons were used against us?
Yes.
Well,
How much of what they brought did they use?
I think they use approximately 30% of what they really intend to do. Many of houses in our villages were just collapsing down because of all those warheads and RPGs that they just shot on civilian houses.
Make sure, does any of this indicate the direct involvement of Iran?
Not yet. Most of the ammunition that you see here is a local production of Hamas. You can see the right on the tubes over there, Katayeb al-Hamas.
Is there anything here that's new to you that they have that you didn't think they had?
No, everything you can see here, we know that from Gaza war at 2014.
Do you think they'll have anything more sophisticated when you go into Gaza itself? Or do you think these are the weapons that they will use?
I think you can see here most of the weapons they have. We know that they have also UAVs that we already know about it and we have the information about it, but nothing very much sophisticated.
Major, what's your sense of how many weapons they still have in Gaza? What percentage of their stockpile?
I believe they have much more of this, but there is nothing new, and our EOD teams can deal with everything that you can see here.
Major, given how much firepower they brought, do you believe that they were getting ready to fight Israeli tanks? They were trying to hold Israeli troops off?
I don't think. I think they just wanted to be in our villages and keep on going. They brought rice, they brought wheat, they brought medical equipment. They wanted to stay in our villages and to fight against us for a long time, and the IDF didn't let them manage doing that.
Can you explain a little bit more about where these items were found? Were they in vehicles?
Yeah. Most of the stuff were still in their vehicles. Big tenders with lots of rockets. You can see that they work very specific. They have corps of anti-tank corps, and they have explosive forces. And one vehicle is with 15 IEDs, another vehicle with 20 rockets, RPG rockets, and
that level of organization, has that been seen before? With
yeah, of course. We know that they're training against us in specific professionals. Most of the stuff were found still on vehicles, and some of them, like grenades and weapons, of course, on the terrorists' dead bodies.
And what about the actual, you say, shape charges? I don't quite know how those work, but were any of those, and the Claymore mines, were any of those set up?
Yeah.
So just
yeah.
You have to defuse quite a lot of...
Yeah, we found some of the Claymores and the Shawaz charge with the fuse, ready to use, with wires, electric initiators, waiting across the road on our villages.
Major, do you find any anti-aircraft weapons? Can you find any anti-aircraft weapons?
Yeah, you can see in here SA-7 Strela, very old anti-craft missile.
What would they use that for?
Against our helicopters, but it didn't manage because it's very old, and our aircraft have systems together with this.
Major, what concerns you most about what you found?
I think what concerns me most is the knowing that they still have more people with that sense of horror and mindset of just killing people, killing innocent people all around.
Which is the most lethal now, all of the ones that they use?
I think those IEDs are very powerful, approximately 6 kilograms of TNT, shaped charge. I think that.
What about, I mean, you know, this seems like a lot of weapons for, you say this is only 30% of what we recovered and what they were carrying. How many more times do you think we'll be facing this inside Gaza itself when Israeli forces do it?
I think if the war will continue and our forces will walk boots on the ground in the Gaza Strip, we will see about 5 times of what you can see here at least.
The IDF spokesperson, Major Colonel, was talking about we have to be careful with strike.
To maximize performance, you find the most powerful server hardware you can. But now you can supercharge your hardware to deliver 100 times more containers. Cove SDM, the first software-defined memory solution. Achieve more at cove.com.
Major, nothing to do with this show. Yeah, nothing to do. Major, can you give us a sense of the numbers? How many RPGs did you find in total?
So far, I found more than 500 RPGs on our villages, and another 500 were just we just dispose of them on field because they have very dangerous situation in the field. About 1,000 RPGs in this, and there are still 44 on field.
Major, what important lessons did you learn from this awesome?
I don't think that we learned something from their arsenal usually, because we really need all those stuff. But maybe in a few days you'll see something.
You said about this direction behind.
Yeah.
Just pick one up and just tell us. I mean, we've heard horrible stories about people in rooms being burnt alive. Were these used to burn civilians?
Yeah. When you take an RPG, a regular RPG shaped charge, and you shoot it on the room, the whole room collapses. But the explosion is not that heat, and it's not that hot, and it's different from this. People can stay alive in that room. This one, the room stays clear, the same way. The walls are still standing, but it comes, as I said, 3,000 Celsius degrees in 1 second. You can kill up to, I don't know, 20 people in one room in 1 second.
And they use those
They use these in villages and bases. I saw that. I saw rooms with blood, ashes, all around.
Do they penetrate mamad rooms?
Yeah, they have breaching devices that they just enter the mamad rooms and then threw that on our people.
Can you show us with the breaching tool? Can you just show us again how they use that to enter?
Yeah, you have different kinds. One kind is right over here. This is the breaching device. It's modular. You can customize it. You can use only one of these. You just put it on the door, put the initiator over here, go back, 7 seconds, explode, and make a big cut on the fence, doors.
Major, what's your sense of where they learned how to make these weapons?
You can find it on YouTube yourself. Just write how to make it explosive. You can know everything. Every nowadays, everything is on net.
You have no indication from what you found here that there was outside help?
No, not from this.
But what about the claymores? Surely the claymores are quite a... I mean, maybe I'm naive, but it's a bit more sophisticated. Are they making the claymore bombs themselves?
Yeah, of course. You can see it's not new. 2008. You can see this is Gaza homemade. All day.
So that's homemade by inside Gaza?
They just take explosive fragmentation.
And do you know if they still have factories producing these weapons?
Again, sorry?
Does Hamas still have factories underground producing these weapons?
I don't know what changed last week, but 1 week ago they still have.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, guys.
You can get shots. You can get shots. We'll do the same over there with the major. And up and trade. Yeah.
are the initiators and the operation system. All charges. All right. Everybody just be quiet. Take to step back. Very good.
See the yellow line? Go down the yellow line. Back in the front.
Listen, guys, I want to cross. Can I cross?
Very good. Go ahead. Guys, everyone be quiet. Okay, you need to send everyone out. Please be quiet. Good.
Yeah. Be careful. Can you just come around just a little bit here?
Yeah, all right.
Alon.
All right.
You ready?
Right.
Just behind me. That's my tripod.
Okay.
Stand by, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay wide.
Make sure. Does this indicate the direct involvement of Iran?
Okay.
All these weapons are from Gaza.
Yeah, most of them are from Gaza homemade factories. One day ago.
Given the amount of power they brought here, were they preparing for a long fight?
Of course, they brought around 2,000 terrorists in here with hundreds of vehicles, all set up with IEDs, rockets, hundreds of vehicles.
And they wanted to fight off Israeli reinforcements.
Yeah, they were waiting for us in our villages after they slaughtered our people. We just waited for our IDF soldiers.
How many of these RPGs do you find away?
More than 500 RPGs so far.
What surprises you the most about them? What surprises you the most about these weapons?
I don't think anything surprised me besides the amount that they came in here. And they thought that they can still use all these amount of weapons in Israel. Great. Is there someone that can use this?
Everyone knows that this cannot be broadcast live, right? Who's broadcasting live? Right.
Claritin provides powerful allergy relief. Plus, it won't make you drowsy like Zyrtec can.
What's my signature style? I'm into a modern look.
And I'm a fan of farmhouse.
And together, our style is sleek and timeless.
My kitchen is a free spirit, like me. Natural textures with a hint of bohemian flair.
What's my signature style? I'm a traditional kind of guy. I dig the classics. What's yours? Find your signature style at signaturehardware.com.
Love the way you look in dress shirts starting at $34.99. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Hi, Phil Swift here. This is Flex Super Glue. Just one single drop. Virtually weld